Have you ever wondered how one of the most iconic horror movies came to life? Yes, we're talking about Saw. This classic was brought to us by Australian filmmakers James Wan and Leigh Whannell. They faced the challenge of creating a unique horror film with a meager budget of $1.2 million. Despite the financial limitations, the duo was undeterred. Every prop, every shot, every decision was meticulously planned to maximize their resources. The constraints even led to some unique narrative decisions. The story revolves around two strangers trapped in a grimy bathroom, their lives hanging by a thread. This simple yet effective setup allowed the filmmakers to add a psychological horror element to the film. The limited budget, far limiting the filmmakers, spurred their creativity and resourcefulness. Wan and Whannell's vision and determination resulted in a film that forever changed the landscape of horror cinema. Despite the financial constraints, the creators of Saw managed to produce a movie that would redefine the horror genre. Their vision and determination transformed a low-budget film into a global sensation, proving that great horror is not about gore or jump scares, but about evoking genuine fear and suspense. The plot of Saw is a terrifying journey of suspense and anticipation. Let's dive into it. Saw brings us into a chilling world with Adam and Dr. Gordon, played by Leigh Whannell and Cary Elwes. They awaken in a grimy bathroom, chained with no clue about their predicament or past. Their clues are a sinister recorded message, a saw, and a lifeless body lying in blood. They're in a horrifying game of survival, masterminded by the infamous Jigsaw Killer, who forces his victims into dire situations where they must hurt themselves or others to live. Their despair, confusion, and fear resonate with us as we're plunged into this gruesome scenario alongside them. The true terror lies not only in the physical horror but in the psychological dread, heightened by the film's setting, dim lighting, and ticking time. This mind game of figuring out their past mistakes that led them here keeps us gripped. The film's unexpected twists further amplify the suspense. Saw left its viewers in the dark, creating an unforgettable experience of suspense and terror. Upon its release, Saw was met with praise and awe, but why was that? A major reason was the critical acclaim. Critics were enthralled by the plot, acting, and writing. They appreciated the inventive concept which was unseen in the horror genre. The suspense and the unknown kept viewers engaged and enthralled. Its financial grossing over $100 million worldwide on a minimal budget was another indicator of its popularity. This was a rare occurrence for horror films. It was evident that Saw had not only won over the critics, but also captivated global audiences. The direction of the film, with unconventional cutting of scenes and close-ups, added to its success. The performances by Leigh Whannell and Cary Elwes were commendable, further enhancing the viewing experience. Their portrayal of two strangers in a ghastly game was convincing. Their palpable fear resonated with viewers, making the film more immersive. The filmmakers managed to instill fear through clever twists, always surprising viewers. This break from predictable storylines redefined horror films. The daring and twisted idea of Saw mesmerized audiences worldwide, making it a commercial. It was a masterstroke by James Wan and Leigh Whannell. They dared to think outside the box, and it paid off, cementing Saw's place in horror film history. Saw didn't just scare its viewers, it changed the landscape of the horror genre. It redefined the essence of horror, focusing not on blood or gore, but on the unknown. This film toyed with our fear of uncertainty, leaving the viewers and characters in the dark, creating suspense and anticipation. Its true brilliance lay in exploiting the innate fear of the unknown, keeping audiences on the edge. The film's impact extended beyond its narrative. It pioneered new filming techniques with unconventional camera angles and close-ups, creating a claustrophobic atmosphere that heightened suspense. The dim lighting and confined spaces evoked a sense of unease, immersing viewers in the macabre game. This innovative approach revolutionized horror filmmaking, proving that even a low-budget film could have a lasting impact. Saw's success inspired many filmmakers, paving the way for a new wave of horror movies that incorporated its clever storytelling and psychological terror over physical horror. Saw's unique approach to horror breathed new life into the genre, influencing many films that followed. It proved that horror is about unseen monsters, the fear of the unknown, and the haunting uncertainties of our minds. And that is the true essence of horror. More than a decade later, Saw remains a beloved classic in horror film history. It has left an indelible mark on the genre, influencing countless films that followed. Saw was unique, not just scaring audiences but challenging them to question their morals. This blend of psychological and physical horror redefined the genre. Elements of Saw's signature style, the claustrophobic settings, the relentless tension, the shocking twists, are prevalent in contemporary horror. The Saw franchise, with its numerous sequels and spin-offs, showcase its enduring appeal. Beyond movies, Saw seeped into pop culture, inspiring Halloween costumes and escape room designs. Its antagonist, Jigsaw, stands alongside iconic horror villains like Freddy Krueger and Michael Myers. Saw has inspired a new generation of filmmakers, emphasizing that a compelling story and innovative execution can leave a lasting impact with a low budget. Its creators, James Wan and Leigh Whannell, have become industry powerhouses, creating more masterpieces. Saw's chilling narrative and haunting imagery stayed with audiences, proving that the impact of horror can last long after the credits roll. James Wan and Leigh Whannell's masterpiece Saw redefined horror, leaving a legacy that continues to influence the genre today. It's a testament to their creativity and daring that Saw remains a touchstone for horror, a film as unforgettable as the games it portrays.